I actually just had lunch, so I should be good. You know, I just finished lunch like half an hour ago. I I should be good. Anyway, last time I got into this point, this is just before the ultimate weapon fight in Medieval, and I actually just want to fight this and then see what happens. Like, I want to check something. Oh wait, I actually forgot to, wow. I forgot to collect the Materia from Fort Condor, so I can't even trigger the fight yet. Oh, a puppet show. Sounds interesting. You know, it seems that in the US, ventriloquism is more of a thing than anywhere else. I mean, like, here, ventriloquists are only really appealing to children. But it seems that in the US, they have a somewhat less niche audience. Well, I think it's not popular anywhere, but I also think it's more popular in the US than anywhere else. I mean, to be fair, like anything is popular in the US to some degree. So I actually don't know if the first attack is Quake 2 or Quake 3. And I just want to know that. And I also want to see how much damage he will do, so I can gauge what will happen. Oh, this isn't even that strong. Interesting. So that's a physical attack. That is a critical hit though, that's unfortunate. I wouldn't want that, and... oh yeah. So this is all very doable, I think. This really isn't too bad. Hey, Oski. I think this should be good. I will just cast big guards and they already have all the damage. I mean, this fight is automatically ended after 3 turns. So it's not really too exciting. You know, the next boss fight afterwards is Kariyama. But I think what I'm gonna do next after I get Cloud back is to do some Chocobo racing. Because that would allow me to get some good stuff. I can win all kinds of interesting materia from Chocobo races. And that would probably help. You missed space. What exactly does that even mean? I mean, this damage is really not too terrible, is it? You can see another curse ring here, but it's really not really necessary. So it doesn't matter if you get one or not. Oh, that's what you mean, I understand now. So now is the time for about 20 minutes of pointless Materia livestream cutscenes and flashbacks and all that garbage. Yes, I actually haven't even gotten Juffy or Vincent yet either, so... Yeah, I mean, you go to space after you go to underwater. Well, I mean, you do collect huge materia, but you also do it when you have clouds. I don't really time anything, it's just an up timer for my stream. I mean, ever since I did speedruns and started doing speedruns, I have liked the idea of just having timers. You know, I actually might have bought some clocks just for my house. And now every room has a clock, or just a wall clock, but... I mean, it's not a speedrun I'm doing right now, it's just a playthrough of this mod. And the timer is just basically my uptime. It's when I started streaming. So I started streaming like about 9 minutes ago. Well, it doesn't hurt to do that, does it? You know, even my phone has a step counter these days. And tells me how many steps I take. That's also very reminiscent of speedrunning FF7, isn't it? Well, I guess I could. But you know, in real life, it seems I mostly walk. I don't really run very much, at least not indoors. You know, people actually get quite confused if you just start running at random intervals. It is somewhat socially unacceptable to just run, because it makes it seem as if you're trying to, I don't know, assault someone or, you know, stealing to rob a supermarket or something if you just start running all of a sudden. So you can't really do it as much as you'd like to. Well, you can probably speedrun it, but if you're going for the best strats, you might end up being arrested for questionable behavior and or theft. I mean, waiting in line in front of the checkout counter is not very fast, is it? You might just have to steal all the stuff you get, because it saves a lot of time. Or even better, you might just eat all the food inside the store, so you don't have to, you know, take it home and store it and eat it there. I mean, I actually think it's not illegal to actually eat foods before you buy it in supermarkets, but at least here it's very uncommon. Only, I don't know, only like children do that. They, I mean, you're not really supposed to open like a bag of cornflakes, eat it in aisle 3 or something, and then just go to the checkout and hand them the empty cornflakes package and tell them you ate it already in the shop because you didn't want to eat it at home. People definitely do it though. I mean, I've seen it, but it's very uncommon here. I mean, you have to always assume that maybe they don't even have enough money to afford it. Maybe like somebody stole their wallet and I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand though why you would want to do that. It seems like, I don't know. You know, all the food that I buy, I quite enjoy, so eating it in the supermarket would quite decrease my enjoyment of the food if I just ate it there. I can only enjoy foods in the privacy of my own home. I can't just enjoy it, like, I don't know, in supermarkets, so I need to get it to my place and then just prepare it and usually store it somewhere before I finally eat it. I mean, to be fair, at least in supermarkets here, they have a lot of snacks just in front of the checkout counter. So, well, hey Renato, that's very nice of you to say. Well, I mean, you could have like a can opener attached to your keys. But most tuna cans, they come with pop openings, so you just drag on them and they open. Speaking of tuna, for some reason I ended up eating tuna now, always on Wednesdays, which will be tomorrow. Well, you can actually buy forks in supermarkets as well. You can just have like a fork attached to your key ring as well. Hey Mosquito, how are you? Well, I mean here, tuna, basically anything that's not supposed to be radioactive is coming with Pop-Tarts these days. Well, you don't have to use your hands, you can just shake the can and open your mouth very wide and just gently pour it into your wide open mouth and hope that none of the tuna falls next to your mouth but just gets into your mouth. But I guess those are pro strats that require some practice. A Dota team. I never actually played Dota. I honestly don't quite even know what the game looks like, to be honest. Oh, I have to confirm here. I mean, do I have to get Dota first, I suppose? I never played it. Well, I have never played LOL either. I don't really get the appeal of either of those games. Well, I guess it's gonna be funny if I have never played the game to just play it for the first time, but I don't know if it's funny to watch or to witness. Well, Tifa is just quite, she just chose the easiest way. She, I mean, if she had told Cloud that he's just lying to himself and to anyone else, she would have had to, you know, to deal with all that. I mean, she's quite a psychopath in that regard. She just takes the easiest way out without caring about his feelings. So, I don't know. Tifa isn't all that innocent, is she? Oh, has it? Oh, hey, OCT. are you? Thank you very much. You're exquisitely garbage. What does that even mean? I'm confused by that expression. Did I already mention that recently I tried something yellow and I liked it? Maybe not really liked it, but I didn't hate it. You know, last week I, for the first time in probably years, if not even at least 5 years or so, I had a banana and I almost feel like I like the banana, even though it's yellow. So what does that even mean? Well, I think it's beginning to make sense. Well, this mod is actually quite fun so far. I would recommend it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't heal. That's basically the baseline. But there's actually a couple of side effects that you wouldn't immediately suppose, such as that you can't really use limit breaks because your limit break bar is filled once your damage that you've taken has surpassed a certain fraction of your maximum HP. So because you have 10k HP at the beginning of the game, you can't heal. You can use like pretty much no limit breaks, and you can't really learn new ones except for those that you learn by killing enemies. So in particular, you can't learn level 4 limit breaks, let alone really use them. No, you cannot use anything to heal. Otherwise, this would be way too easy, wouldn't it? If you just had like 1 or 2 ways to heal still, that would be kind of pointless. Wouldn't it? Well, I mean, he might have overseen some ways of healing, but essentially you're not supposed to heal, and if you still find a way to heal, I mean, I certainly wouldn't use it because it would just defeat the purpose of this challenge, so... I mean, you can still use those ways, but I would not recommend using them because it just defeats the entire purpose of this, doesn't it? Anyway, as I said, I will now first do some Chocobo racing to hopefully get some good stuff first, and then I will go on and do other stuff. You know, unfortunately I'm not really quite witch yet, because I haven't mastered all yet, which is an issue. Yeah, that's supposed to be all taken out. Literally everything is supposed to be taken out. What exactly are the calves? My Chocobo actually kinda sucks. I mean, my top speed is terrible. My stamina is not good either, it's just that I haven't actually fed to make any greens yet because I'm so poor. I couldn't afford anything yet. I mean, oh my god, this Chocobo so sucks. I mean, this is C-class racing and I cannot even win this, it seems. This is terrible. This shouldn't happen. You shouldn't do this without having fed your Chocobo any greens. It doesn't seem very possible to win it like this. Well, it seems I can win C-class races, but probably not much more than that under these circumstances. So do you even have to have a home team if you are living in the US? I mean, this sounds worse than this sounds worse than European football. Well, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, it seems that quite a few sports only really exist to bet on them, such as, I don't know. What about horse track racing or dog racing? horse racing at the most rigged. You know, I would have no idea. I'm totally clueless. You know, unfortunately, I can't really afford to do any more racing because I need to first be able to afford greens, which I can't afford. So I will have to actually do other stuff. You need lift? What do you mean by that? Well, I mean, first comes underwater and then comes some space. I don't know. This will still take about, probably an hour at least. Oh, I didn't know you do that. How is that working out for you? I think I first want to steal more dragon scales. You do it just for fun. Are you serious? Does anybody do that just for fun? It seems a bit hard to believe. Hey, with Mystic, how are you? Well, how can you be even sure he's a dog anyway? You like for your body to hurt? Aren't there easier ways for that to happen than lifting? You can just use a hammer and, I don't know, hit on your fingers. This is taking a while. Well, I guess at some point someone might die, but I think it's too soon yet for anything like that to happen. I think I don't want to do this anymore. I'm taking too much damage on this, I feel. So I'm just trying to find out if I want to level up something really quite fast. Hey Chocobo, how are you? Hey Aki. No, I don't really know if you can abuse the battle arena. I mean, how would you even abuse it? Oh, it's warm in Portugal? It seems to suck. Oh, you do? So you'd be healed? I mean, I really don't want to abuse anything, because that would just defeat the purpose of this, so I don't really want to do that. I mean, you should tell SegaChief about that if you want to. I don't really care. But I suppose that shouldn't work like that, should it? I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to heal for the battle arena. That seems to not be in the mod yet. I don't know if you can actually change that. If SegaChief can change that, but I don't know. It seems like that would have to be fixed. Oh, I see. Well, who hasn't? Now, is that even a true what the fuck? So the next boss is obviously carry armor, and carry armor can open up with lapis laser, actually up to 2, and I don't want him to have that. So I'll just freeze until I have no carry armor opening, because that's too much damage. I don't like that. I mean, this might require some resets, but I think it's worth it. It's not really that near yet, is it? You know, if anything, I feel that the time of my dragon scales is getting near. I'm running out of dragon scales, and I don't like that. So I wonder if you know, or if you can assume what I will do against carry armor. You know, actually you can get a Shinra Alpha as well. Yeah, sneak attack would be really useful. I actually already did some Chocobo racing, but I need more greens. And to buy more greens, I need first to have more money. Which essentially means I need to first master some more Materia. No, you cannot use anything to heal actually. So I will only allow for this Kariyama fight to go through if he doesn't open with Lapis Laser. Because Lapis Laser is quite a bit of damage and I'm not willing to just take that. It's like 1.5k on every character and that's just not justifiable. No, I haven't. Hey, Lalelo. No, this is not pay to win. Why would you assume so? Yeah, this sucks. That might be neat. You know, even though this costs 250 MP, it's probably most likely worth it. What do you mean by other items? I mean, this is not a one, this is just a playthrough. The timer's just there to tell you how long I've been streaming for today. Oh, you can't even go back and save. Interesting. This is a lot of damage. I think this will be the first on the break I could use in the entire playthrough so far. How useful this. Oh hey Metallic Guy. Somebody wondered if you had died, but it seems that that isn't the case now, is it? Oh, you died for about a week. So it took you a week to die. What happened after you died? Oh, I see. Do you still like to watch the food channel? Because I have actually grown even more fond of it recently. And I watch the Twitch food channel now quite often. I mean, not really watch it actively, but I like to watch it. Even though it's only really the same episodes, they repeat quite often, don't they? Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, even though I like the Jack and Julia show, I have probably seen all the episodes already at least 2 or 3 times. And I cannot stand the taste of history at all. The guy who's hosting is just insufferable, and the rest is kind of meh. Well, why should Julia not have a gun? She's American after all. She can have as many guns as she wants. Can't she? You know, I really cannot stand his accent, it's terrible. And he seems so, I mean, sometimes it has episodes in which Walter is doing stuff with his, kitchen assistants, and he seems always so cruel to them. I don't think Walter's a nice guy as a person. He seems, very demanding, and I don't know, I can't stand him. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh really? That's interesting. Well, I've seen Suwasha twice. There's really no point in seeing it more than once actually, but I've seen it twice. There's not really too much going on with it, is it? Dude, is it on wait? This sucks. I mean, I kinda like the program Suwasha. I like to watch it. I liked to watch it once, but I don't think I like the source. I mean, I never had it, so I wouldn't know, but I'm generally very anti-source. I don't think I would enjoy Suwasha if I ever had it. You know, actually I think they recently stopped using the voting system. Oh please, Bob is not gonna die. Not anytime soon at least. Well, what do you think it means? It means you cannot heal, or well, it means there's no healing, and there it means I mean there is no healing because you cannot heal. There's no way to heal in the entire playthrough, like no way to heal throughout the entire game essentially. That is what it means. I mean, yeah, it can mean anything I want it to mean, but in this case, you literally cannot heal at all. No ints, no magic, no limit breaks, no items, no nothing. Nothing can heal you. No, you can't revive either. You can't increase your HP or MP or revive characters. That's what it means. You know, you could steal Zidris and Tough-Wing here, but actually I should probably steal those. So I'm going to Watai first to get the steal as well Materia. Lifesteal. What exactly would lifesteal be? Yeah, you can't do that either. I mean, literally nothing that heals you is possible. No HP absorb, MP absorb, or you know, items that would do that, like drain. Anything that would do that just is disabled. Literally, there's no way to heal. That's the gist of it. Well, you might know eventually. Well, I mean, you can do that exactly, that's the point. You have to finish FF7 with just 10k HP. From beginning to end. And that's just very possible, it seems, right now. I mean, a lot of people were skeptical about it, but I don't know, it doesn't seem so unlikely to me. Yeah, I mean, nobody has finished this mod yet, so in essence, nobody knows if it's possible, but to me it seems very possible. Oh, so I need to get myself more drinks. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't get lost. Hey Zayty Nation, I'm good, how are you? You know, Materia decreases your HP. So if I took off all the Materia, you would see that my maximum HP would be 9999. Oh, you came on from DreamHack? I see. Sounds good. So now that I have sealed the Materia, I can use Knights of the Rounds, and at the same time I can steal from enemies. So this is quite useful. I mean, it's not really that useful, but it's kind of neat. No, I wasn't eating tuna. I was actually, I recently discovered this magical land of pumpkin seeds, and I bought some pumpkin seeds without knowing how they would taste, and I kind of like them. So I was just chewing on some pumpkin seeds. They're kind of like nuts, but less nutty and more pumpkin seedy. Well, they actually sell them in the nuts department of supermarkets here, if you can call it that. You know, they sell them in the same ale, in which they also have, like, assorted nuts. So I suppose that must mean something. I guess I mean aisle. Well, depends on how you want to classify it. If you use Magic Hammer, the enemy loses MP but you don't gain it. So Magic Hammer doesn't make you gain MP, it only reduces the enemy's MP. Sure, you're allowed to shield yourself, but... I mean, that's possible, but because it's not healing. I mean, it's not so much about being allowed, but, you know, this is a mod, so healing was removed from the game, it was like disabled. It's not really of whether you're allowed or not to do it, it's just impossible. So I stole the Zidrish and the Tough Ring, which is really neat. I feel like I will get the rest in this place later. I don't really need it now anyway. I still feel though I need to get more dragon scales. No, Wet isn't dead yet. You can see he still has some HP. Well, Aerith is already dead. This is disc 2. There's no more Aerith. I mean, now everybody should nullify Earth damage, so I should be able to do this rather nicely. You know, Sandstorm is an Earth elemental attack, and everybody nullifies Earth. So I will not take any damage from that anymore. That's neat. Well, that could be true. You know, if everyone was a millionaire, it wouldn't necessarily mean everybody were poor, but I guess it would mean less to be a millionaire then. I mean, it depends on what currency you take anyway. I mean, like, in Japanese yen, being a millionaire is like having $10,000. It's not really that impressive, is it? But, I mean, you know... Oh, I don't know, maybe like a millionaire depends on the currency you use, because there's some pretty weak currencies, such as, I don't know, whatever currencies use Nigeria or Venezuela. Well, sure, it doesn't hurt to have $10,000, but the difference between $10,000 and $1 million is quite steep, isn't it? You know, not necessarily would inflation dramatically increase, but it's realistic it would increase. I am collecting dragon scales. You know, dragon scales are essentially the strongest attack item, and I can get them essentially for free. They don't cost MP or HP, because to steal them I don't take any damage, and they take no MP. So I'm just basically collecting items to use instead of magical attacks or something like that. Hey Cody. Well, you can farm stuff by running in circles. You can farm sweat and something like that. Well, depending on whoever's buying it, maybe to some exclusive people, sweat is very valuable, but in general I'm afraid not so much. Well, not people, but just people who are superstitious and live in Africa, it seems. I mean, if you think that albinos are magic, then you probably have some issues. I mean, if you think anything is magic, you probably have some issues. Well, maybe some people are willing to buy your butt sweat, but you might have to frequent some interesting niche websites for that. Yeah, I think a couple of, there's actually, I think, a male albino black model who's quite famous for being nuts. Well, his skin color was white, but, you know, ask Michael Jackson, your skin color doesn't determine if you're black or white. Hey David, ça va? Hey Sly, how are you? Ah oui, ça va. Je suis en train toujours de continuer avec ces mods et comme tu peux voir, j'ai maintenant accumulé bien des dégâts et il faut les mourir. Hey sprites, yeah, I find a lot of strange stuff every now and then. Dans ce mode, il est impossible de se soigner et c'est juste une mode plutôt intéressant. Alors il faut finir le jeu sans jamais être capable de se soigner. I have tried not at all to circumvent the changes because I don't really want to do that. I'm sure I could find ways to do it, but it would just defeat the purpose of this. So I stay away very far from that. Ah oui, c'est ça. Alors il y a vraiment aucune façon de se soigner. Et c'est exactement ce que ces mods est là. Well, you could do that, but 10k HP is definitely enough, believe me. You shouldn't need more than that. I mean, yeah, that's also true. You can just reload your saves if it's not good. So it's really not too difficult. At least I feel so. Anyway, this is the exciting space section in which you go to space. So my way of dealing with these enemies will be just to throw dragon scales. Ah oui, c'est la difficulté, mais c'est bien possible, je pense. Oh, ATB is inactive? No wonder this sucks. Ah non. Comme je dis, il est complètement impossible de se soigner dans tous les jeux. Il n'y a aucun moment dans le jeu quand on pourrait se soigner. C'est entièrement impossible. N'importe pas si c'est dans un combat ou dehors des combats. ATB stands for active time bar. It's those fancy bars that just always go up. Maybe you've seen them before. Ah oui, c'est ce que je fais. Yeah, that's true, exactly. Non, ça ne le fait pas non plus. En fait, tout ce que ces objets peuvent faire, c'est d'infliger les dégâts aux ennemis, mais ça ne sera pas soigner les personnages qui l'utilisent. You know, it's time for another magical attack. Such as this one. You know, I'm actually almost sure he overlooked something. But I don't want to abuse that, because it would just make this pointless, wouldn't it? Ah oui, quelques boss poseront un problème, je suis sûr, mais je dirais toujours que qu'il est bien possible de finir le jeu avec ces mods. Well, I have enough MP still. I mean, eventually MP will be an issue, but it hasn't affected me yet. Wait, I couldn't steal a Zidrish? This is why I even used this entire thing. Now, is it worth to reset over the missing Zidrish? I'm not sure. What do you mean by building character? Do you mean to give them sources? Well, I'm glad you like this part of the game. I like it myself, even though I can't say it's our favorite part. I mean, what exactly do you like about the space part? Can you tell me? You know, I don't really think I have any French relatives either. I don't know. You like Sid's speech? Wow, you must have a pretty low standard for good speeches then. Well, you don't, but I mean, if you have like a French mother, you probably would learn some French more easily because you might speak it. I mean, essentially you're at a disadvantage if you have no French relatives because you probably speak less French if you have no relatives that are French. Ah oui, mais j'aime bien la difficulté de ces modes. C'est ce que le rend intéressant, je pense. Yeah, I mean, basically that's how babies learn languages. You just speak to them in whatever language you deem worthwhile. Well, you can try it, just get a baby and speak only English and French to it. Maybe just speak Latin to it. Maybe just make your own language and just speak that language with your soon to be acquired baby. You know, nowadays having a baby is easier than ever before. You just need some money. You can just essentially buy babies. You just get like a surrogate mother and you donate some semen. Even though that's optional, you can just probably buy some semen somewhere and just buy a baby somewhere. It's not even like that word would be unusual to use, but it's a very scientific expression, isn't it? Yeah, I think you mentioned that you want to have a vasectomy. Do you think that's useful? Oh, I see. Well, you know, actually, there's an effort ongoing to for like another unrelated thing, but scientists are basically breeding like pigs that include human organs. So if you want to speak about injecting bull semen into some other people, this is actually for organ transplant reasons though. But the future is really spooky, isn't it? There's apparently a pig somewhere living that now harvests human organs that eventually to be used for transplantation. You know, in many countries, there's a demographic issue with children. In fact, in a lot of countries, because of low birth rates, people are supposed to have more and not less children. But you know, globally, of course, it's a problem of overpopulation. But in many developed countries, it's actually the other way around, that people don't have enough children and they should have more children for like the economy and the Ponzi scheme that is retirement. Well, you can only really make children if you have sex with women, or if you're fertile, or if you're a man, or if you have a sex organ, or any of these things. So if one of those things is not applying to you, then you should be safe. Well, you might have to try that and report your findings. You know, speaking about condoms, the other day I read an article that says that, um, you know, some STDs, not not necessarily AIDS, but some ostensibly more harmless STDs, such as, I don't know, gonorrhea, they are like becoming untreatable because of superbugs. So I don't know, I would be rather careful about not using condoms, because you might get something that you might not even deem that dangerous, but that just doesn't really work anymore because of growing antibacterial resistances. So just try and not catch anything. Maybe rethink your attitudes. Well, I suppose that depends on how you do that. Well, I mean, the reason why there's a spread of antibacterial resistance is probably for various reasons. I mean, people use, to some extent, antibacteria incorrectly. They just stop using them when they, once they feel better, or people just overly use antibiotics. I mean, I read that people actually use antibiotics when they have really no reason to use them, because they think they actually also work on, like, virus. Like, some people apparently they use antibiotics to, like, treat the common cold, and of course that's not gonna do anything except for you to grow, resistant to antibacteria. Well, I think porn stars are heavily scrutinized. You know, porn stars take lots of, they have probably a lot of testing going on. Can you, say the same thing about yourself and the people you sleep with? So next coming up is Diamond Weapon, but I think I want to first get Jaffe and then do the entire Wutai side quest actually. That might be what I will do next. Well, I wouldn't know for sure, but I hear that somebody does those tests. You know, did you know that actually Ugg boots, they also apparently they're also worn by men? I didn't know. I mean, of course you can wear like any shoes you want to wear, but apparently they actually they market Ugg boots to men, and I had no idea that's a thing. I mean, I have pretty much never actually seen like actual Ugg boots in like real life, because they aren't really so much a thing here, but I know what they look like, and I don't know, like, I cannot really imagine anybody wearing them. They look kind of like caveman clothing. I mean, what is the point of Ugg boots anyway? Like, they don't seem to have anything to them. Why do they even exist? I have no idea. Well, if you're smart, you would probably marry someone who's about to die and inherit all their stuff. You just need to marry someone far older than you, and make sure you have a pretty neat prenuptial agreement, so you, I don't know. Well, you wouldn't marry an 80-year-old, you would marry like a 95-year-old who looks like 105-year-olds. People past a certain age don't really have sex anymore. It's not really 80, but at some point they just stop doing it. So you wouldn't even have to do that. You know, with increasing age, your sex drive just dies down. I mean, it's individual, but that's kind of the way it is. Well, I mean, Hugh Hefner's only 80 or so. But, I mean, if he were like 100, I'm sure there would be changes. Well, relationships can be spooky. People can be spooky, I guess that's the core issue. I don't even know what that means. Well, I feel that you might have to date someone else then. If somebody is supposed to steal your tuna, you shouldn't date them. It should be obvious. I mean, do kinda cute hordes actually exist? Because maybe it's just me, but I never really cared about horses. I cannot really say I believe in cute horses. This is actually the point when I get Juffy Awesome 100% runs. So this is pretty standard, I would argue. But I know what you're trying to say. Well, that's an interesting observation about the horse. It eats poop. Wow, that must be a smart horse. Yeah, I don't know if I would call them very noble animals. I frankly never really cared about horses either way. Well, that's educational. So, I need to look up something, give me a minute. Okay. I mean, that might be true, but I don't think you should take animals as an example of behavior you should emulate. That sounds like solid, sound medical advice indeed. Even nutritional advice. Monkeys are special, aren't they? Yeah, this is why you are not a mod. No offense. Really? Did you, that doesn't even sound that far-fetched. I mean, monkeys can be trained to do a lot of things, I suppose. Why not also, petty thefts? I've seen Fake Man like 2 days ago, but he does have an actual job. So yeah, you're quite right about that. There was no Father Day stream, I'm sorry. Oh wait, was there? I'm not even sure. Don't ask me, I can't remember. No, it hasn't happened yet. It's in like a month or so. I think I didn't stream on Father's Day because I talked to you on Father's Day. Dreamhack. I haven't really watched much of it. No, it didn't. But that's okay. No hard feelings. Actually, I won't be able to go because of timing issues. Well, somebody, I mean, it might sound awful to you, but it seems that somebody actually must enjoy this kind of stuff for it to go on for so long, doesn't it? Racist songs? What would those be exactly? I mean, I guess they exist, but I don't know. That sounds awfully particular.